Something stuck to it. Are you ready?
I'm ready. You're...
Hold on. Just let the air clear.
I hate you.
Hold on. Just...
Are you trying to let the smell come to your nostrils?
No. I'm trying to let the air clear. Just...
What does that mean? What do you...
Oh my gosh. Just give me a moment. Please. Hey everybody, this is TnT on TV. We've been watching some things. We got Beast Wars episode 5 called Chain of Command.
Yeah, I didn't catch that name of that episode.
I always do. Gotta catch the episode name. Beast Wars starts off in Stonehenge. So we're in that Stonehenge-like structure that's totally not Earth and totally was made by somebody else because ancient aliens.
Rhinox said this isn't a natural formation.
Rhinox is, told you he's a tech guy, so he's
hard to believe it could have been formed naturally.
I can't believe. Would you write that?
Yeah, and I wrote aliens because
aliens ? Exclamation point.
Yeah, that's exactly what it made me think of.
Maybe it was some
ancient aliens.
Like I said, I think the writers on Ancient Aliens and the writers of all those books, they were like inspired by Beast Wars because Beast Wars is the shit.
Ancient Aliens been having their ideas already since before Beast Wars, but
they didn't have a show. I was about to say they didn't have a show.
They just didn't have a show.
But Beast Wars was doing Ancient Aliens before Ancient Aliens.
They were like, see, it's true, Ancient Aliens.
So, like I said, that was the precursor. That's what got me into the weird shit that I'm in right now.
So they're sitting there looking at that formation, and then the Predacons show up, and it's a fight.
Right, it's a fight. Before, we know that there is unnatural Energon deposits just within that structure. Well, it's everywhere, but also focal on that Stonehenge structure. Which is funny because the Stonehenge structure is already fucking like decayed and shit. So like it just looks like the old or the current Stonehenge, but
I would still like to see it.
What, the real one?
Yeah.
You want to go to Europe? You want to fly to Europe?
Yeah.
I don't know where it is. I just said Europe because I'm not world traveled where it's cold. I don't like cold places and where there's dragons. So anyway, why are you laughing? I really wish you wouldn't, make fun of the dragons that are in Europe with their cobblestone roads and lollies. What's a lolly? I don't know what that is. Bobbies. They've got bobbies over there. So.
You said it. I didn't say it. All right.
Lollies. Are they lollies? I don't know what the fuck
I don't even know what that is.
It's something that I've heard, and like I said, I've seen Game of Thrones, so I know about dragons. Anyway,
the Predacons shoot at the Energon rock formation.
That's at the center of the Stonehenge formation.
Right. And then it explodes, right?
It doesn't explode. It actually it seems like it's going to explode, and everybody gets it down for an explosion. But instead of an explosion, it shoots a death beam into the air. It shoots
off that warning thing.
Right. It shoots off like a beam into space.
Yeah, and they're like, I wonder if somebody's going to answer that.
Because it looks like a beacon. That's the word.
Yeah.
It's a beacon.
Yeah.
So once that happens, a golden alien craft comes flying into our airspace or whatever and lands in the middle of the
formation. Yeah.
Right.
And the Maximals say it's the wrong profile for a stasis pod, so it's not a stasis pod.
Right. They know it's not a stasis pod because it's plummeting. As it's plummeting towards Earth, it's letting off an energy signal. So the Predacons, since they don't know what the fuck it is, they say it's a stasis pod. Go to it. The Maximals say it's not one of ours. So they both end up going back to it. You think they're going to fight again. As soon as they transform, then Optimus ends up getting kidnapped by the ship.
By the response pod that came back from...
Right, the golden alien craft.
It beams him.
Kidnapping Optimus. Next scene is Dinobot waking up in the Maximal base and telling everybody, motherfucking Optimus is dead. And everybody's like, what? How's Optimus dead? And he's like, I don't know, but I'm the leader now. And
since he's dead, I'm going to be in charge.
Just because he's the biggest and the strongest. He says that he's going to be
he's going to be the leader. Optimus was terminated. What?
Optimus was terminated. This is pretty cool. Like, cause I mean, but then again, this is like the second time Dinobot has done this shit where he just immediately was like, "Oh yeah, Cheetor, he's dead. He's dead." Like, there's no way that we can get back to him. So fuck it. I guess I'm leader, right?
And then Rhinox was
we
like,
should send
"No."
that bomb. We should send the bomb like right
Rhinox
now because
is
they killed
always
Cheetor.
the voice of reason.
Yeah.
Rhinox is always there to make everybody chill out. And he said, what did he say? Chain of command will be
like,
settled.
The chain of command will be settled by a secret ballot. How many people are there? We got Dinobot, we got Cheetor, we got Rhinox,
and Rat
and
Trap.
we've got Rat Trap. Right.
So it's 4 of them.
So there's 4 of them. Which how the fuck are you gonna do a secret ballot with 4 motherfuckers?
Unless it's a unanimous vote for someone, it could work out. There's just no
that
tiebreaker vote.
That is literally the only way that it works out is that if it's a unanimous vote. Like, the fuck.
Well,
So,
they say that, then it cuts back to the Predacons. They didn't do their vote just then. It cut to the Predacons and what they had going on. And Megatron and Wasp returned to the base in bad shape.
I think they say that Optimus was destroyed
Megatron
too. Like,
says
goddamn,
Optimus
what is
was
up with y'all?
terminated. Yeah, we'll see. Oh, and since Optimus was terminated, according to Megatron, he said we need to return back to the Maximals and attack them because they are without a leader.
Right. So
Then it goes back to the Maximals and they count up their
their ballots. Dinobot versus Rat Trap.
2 and 2.
They both end up fucking tying. And it's just like, who the fuck voted for Dinobot? But, I mean, clearly, it had to have been Rhinox, right?
Rhinox said, the ballots are secret. We're not allowed to say who voted for
So
who.
it was definitely Rhinox. It's like if you're in a group of people and, like, the group of people starts talking about Trump, and then it's just like, you start asking them, hey, man, who'd you vote for? And it's just like, oh, well,
You're not supposed to say.
You know, it's actually very private that people vote, who people vote for. And it's like, oh, I guess you're against.
So you voted for him.
Yeah, it's like, oh. But if you voted for some no-name candidate, it's like, oh, yeah, shit, I voted for Ben Johnson.
That's exactly
it's like,
what you would say.
I guess, like.
You wouldn't try and
but
hide
if it's
who you voted for.
if it's a controversial decision, it's like, you know, I like to keep that private. I like to keep that pretty close to the vest. I don't want to ruffle any feathers. It's like you only ruffle feathers whenever you vote for a, I guess, unpopular candidate, even though Trump won. So I get like, how do you you know what I'm saying? Like, he won the popularity contest. So how do you?
I don't see Dinobot being a bad leader.
No. I don't think that's it. It's just
he is a little sketchy, but
it's just that he is sketchy, and it's like. And you haven't even been here that long.
Right. You don't know us like that. Well, Optimus comes through on the comms.
Yeah, Optimus ends up coming through on the comms and saying, hey, I'm stuck in this ship. I don't know where my body is.
He don't have a body,
I'm at.
but his consciousness is being probed.
Right. So he knows that something is going on, but everybody just needs to chill out. I'm still alive.
And he says, Rat Trap.
Rat Trap, you're in charge.
Yeah.
That's the main thing is that, hey, Rat Trap, you're in fucking charge. So nobody else, that's it. Like, you know what I'm saying? So we're done with this shit. Rat Trap gets put in charge. The Predacons attack the remaining Maximals without any sort of strategy. They just kind of go out there and just start shooting at them. And just because they know that Optimus isn't there, and Optimus is clearly the strongest one out of all of them. They're outside of probably Rhinox. Rhinox is probably the strongest.
Oh, yeah.
Because, I mean, they showed him
with his
fucking Gatling gun for the first time.
That was amazing.
And it was like, damn. Like, he destroyed Waspinator.
He needed to be out there fighting all the time.
Which is actually the reason that the ship ended up taking Optimus, right? Like, because no. That was the reason that it sent the beacon, is because Rhinox ended up shooting Waspinator, knocking him into a wall, and then that energy that came off of Waspinator ended up making that beacon happen.
Yeah.
So that's another thing that I hear.
So Cheetor, Dinobot, and Rat Trap exit the ship to go fight. Rhinox stays behind to make something.
Yeah,
he
just makes a device
Optimus
that's gonna get Optimus out.
Yeah.
They have no idea what this
what
machine
it is, how
but
it works.
They're like, Rhinox,
you can
make
do it.
something. And he's
Figure it out. You stay here.
And he does. He ends up making something. Doesn't fucking work. Doesn't matter. The Predacons attack. Dinobot runs. I wrote here, Dinobot runs Megatron's fade. Like, he's literally just like punching him and kicking him.
It was going really well for him.
Yeah, he's doing okay. It's much better than their first fight, which was not a fight at all. But maybe they had to tone Megatron down a little bit, because it's like, like I said, he took a point blank shot to the face from Cheetor, and it did nothing.
Nothing.
But Dinobot, he's fighting him hand to hand, and I mean, Dinobot, I don't want to say he's getting the best of him, but he's sticking in there.
It's working. Like, Megatron was getting beat up.
But anyway, this is just a time suck. So the Preds retreat back to Stonehenge.
They want to go back to the stones to get that
the
pod.
standing stones is what they call them. The standing stones. Rhinox's device isn't working after they get there after the Predacons. And I don't know why they expected it to. The device, what is this device? You don't know what you're dealing with, so why are you, like, what?
After they leave, they had to transform back into beast mode because they stayed in the other form for too long.
Yeah, I think that has to do with animation costs. Like, having them in robot form is, like, expensive.
Interesting.
Versus the animal forms, which are already kind of, like, laid out.
Okay.
So I think it's just easier for them to use the animal forms as much as they can.
And they know that they're going back to the stones, so they're like, we got to get back to the stones too to make sure they don't get whatever they're trying to go get.
Yeah, thank you for saying that because I just kind of skipped over it. You know what I'm saying? But the alien craft opens up and spits out Optimus.
Yep.
The probe disappears and Dinobot asks who are they? Like what? Everybody's wondering what they did and all this kind of stuff. But he's like, who was that? Because that is
Optimus
this is terrifying.
I'm feeling prime.
Oh yeah, my boy Optimus comes in, does his
and then
leadership.
The probe disappeared after it let him go.
Yeah, so clearly it was just there to get information and then peace out because there's no sign of him anymore other than it's clearly a beacon that says there's life forms here.
Right.
There are life forms on the planet that we have created and we have filled with Energon for whatever reason. Like, we still don't know why there's so much Energon on the planet. And then there's animals here, and now we need to do what?
Well, yeah, after the pod left, they said, friends, enemies, or something more?
Right, and that's what I'm saying. So, like, they're just saying, what do we do? All right, so what are these aliens going to do now because they know that there are life forms here?
Aliens, we don't.
No, I mean, an alien is that's dictionary definition of an alien. It's not
knowing
from this world. It's not from this world.
Okay.
We don't know who the aliens are or what they are, but the fact is they are aliens.
And they got questions about what's going on their planet. Yeah, because now they see that there's something here. There's something here that we didn't put here. Right. So where that leads, we have no idea, but we're just gonna keep it funky. And then that was like the end of that episode. Yep, that was the end of the episode. Next episode, episode 6. Did you have any comments or anything about that episode? Other than, like, my biggest thing is, like, we're introduced to aliens. Like, we're introduced to the things that they set up in the first episode where it was like, well, we didn't build that. Where are we? This can't be the Earth that we know because there's 2 moons. There's 2 moons. There's Energon everywhere. There's way more Energon than what the disc says. And so there are animals on the planet. Yeah, there are animals, but there's no sentient life. Like, there's no... Whenever I say sentient, because, I mean, shit, a fucking cheetah is sentient. But, like, there's no... Wait, are they sentient? That just means alive, right? It doesn't matter. The fact is, there's living, thinking animals here, or life forms here, because I don't want to call the Maximals and the Predacons animals, because they're robots. They're robots, but they're alive. They're alive robots. So that's pretty much the only thing I had. I didn't know that the aliens were introduced so early, like episode 5. That's crazy. But episode 6, it was called Power Surge. I got that one. Oh, so you did write down the title. Yeah, this time. Power Surge. Hey, everybody. You should see how Tanika wrote Surge. She just spelled it Sureg. That's what it looks like. Am I tripping? G-E. Okay. Nah, you changed it. You had to have just changed it. How could I change it? I don't know. Could you stop making so much noise? Shut up.
Sliding this loud.
You trying to play me?
I wasn't trying to play you.
Yes, you are.
I definitely wasn't trying to play you. We wrote it the same exact way. She spelled it. It still looks like Surid or Sureg. Hey, anyway. All right, so episode 6, Power Surge. Bitch. Oh, so this is what we get to see with this is the first time we get to see what fucking Energon does, because as it's been explained to me through this show, like I said, never watched fucking Transformers of the 80s, so I don't even know what Energon is. I know what Cybertron is only through Beast Wars. I know what Maximals are only because Beast Wars, well, they're only in Beast Wars, but I only know what the Autobots and the Decepticons are through Beast Wars. So Energon is just a thing that I know is in the Transformers, but I don't know what it does. But they just talk about it on Beast Wars all the time. So this episode actually shows us what Energon can do. And if they get the perfect amount of Energon just to one individual, what he's capable of doing. So how does this episode start off, babe?
Terrorsaur flying around and finds the floating volcano or mountain, whatever you want to call it.
It's definitely not a volcano, but go ahead.
It's got craters in there. I don't know. All right, and it's filled with Energon everywhere.
Because volcanoes have craters.
Oh.
Hey, you gonna blow out people's ears? Don't do shit like that. What's the matter with you?
You can fix it.
No.
It
Continue.
will be fine.
Continue. You have the most notes. Like, Jesus.
I know.
I wrote like half a page.
Yeah, you don't got nothing. All right.
So what happens?
He transforms to take a sample, so he gets out of his beast mode. What is it called when they're not in beast mode? What are they?
Just robot form. Robot
okay.
mode.
So yeah, and his suit says if he doesn't change back to beast mode, he's going to start malfunctioning.
Oh yeah, immediately. Because he's surrounded by Energon on a floating mountain.
And he touches the sample and feels a lot of power from it and loves it. And immediately flies off to go see Megatron. He's like, I'm about to go fight him.
And like I said before, Megatron is a very formidable guy. Everybody that fucks with Megatron loses. Everybody. Even, has Optimus really fucked with... Yeah, he did. He did fuck with Megatron. And Megatron fucked his leg up.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
he didn't he came back in the end.
Yeah, but the fact is like, still...
Just initially.
I'm winning. I'm gonna win this fight.
And then Cheater saw him fly up to that floating mountain. And
so I guess Cheetor was just on a scout mission.
Fly away and was like, oh, I gotta go tell everybody about this mountain firstly. And then also that he's flying back somewhere else. I don't know where he's going, but it can't be good. He was flying with lots of power. He
takes off like a damn... He takes off like Cannonball from the X-Men.
Like it was no crazy. Match for my speed though. Watch me.
Yeah, this motherfucker took off like a jet
engine.
I hate
Cheetor. All right, you go.
Oh, okay, my fault. Shit. Yes, ma'am.
It goes to the Predacons.
So Terrorsaur. Okay, so it goes back to the Predacons, and Terrorsaur challenges Megatron, which we've seen this happen multiple times where people are challenging Megatron, and Megatron just says, "Get the fuck out of here," basically, and destroys anybody that is coming at him, whether it be through his own force or through his lackeys, which Scorponok is his number 2. So he ends up challenging Megatron, fights Megatron, defeats the fuck out of Megatron, like leaves him in a fucking pile.
I will say before that happened that they were showing the sample of them programming something that had maximal.
Oh yeah, it was just showing that they had set up turrets,
some guns that will attack them if they get close to the base.
Right.
I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, I guess once again they're setting up some stuff that I didn't even pay attention to, but I knew that it happens in the show that anytime that's the Maximals can't get close to the Predacon base and the Predacons can't get close to the Maximal base.
Okay, so yeah. He challenges Megatron.
Challenges Megatron, defeats Megatron. Like I said, leaves him in a fucking pile.
Yeah.
And then all the other Predacons are like, oh,
they're stunned.
Shit. What
they
the
cannot
fuck was
believe
that?
it.
Yeah. And it's funny because never watched Transformers. Terrorsaur is immediately taking on the Starscream role, which there's always that dynamic whenever it comes to, I guess, really like kind of the dark side where you have like a number 1 and a number 2, and the number 2 is always underneath the number 1, but it's like, I think I can get that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
I should be number 1.
Yeah, I should be number 1. Fuck him. If only I was stronger. You know what I'm saying? And they're constantly trying to fight for that amount of power just to beat, not necessarily to beat, the enemy, but to get more power to beat the
in
person
their own group.
Yeah, the person that's telling them what to do. And it's just like, I don't know how much you can get done with that kind of mentality where everybody's like it's just a cutthroat mentality where you're just like, well, if I get stronger than him, then I'll be able to take him over. And then it's like, well, what are your goals? And it's like, to beat him.
Firstly, to be leader.
Yeah, I just want to be the leader. And
after that, I haven't thought of anything.
It's like, well, at least he's the leader and he has like a plan. You know what I'm saying? Like, can you just sit down for a second? You know what I'm saying?
So after he leaves that man in pieces, he says, I am now the leader. Anyone else have a problem with it? And everyone, no.
Yeah, no, I have nothing.
No.
I have nothing to say.
Looking shocked, eyes all big.
What is your first command, leader? Leader Terrorsaur?
But then he starts like, you better switch back.
Oh yeah, he ends up short circuiting immediately.
So he changes back to his dinosaur or pterosaur form and flies back to the mountain because he needs some more power.
Right, so he ends up flying off. Scorponok says, who does he leave in charge at first? I think he leaves, is it Waspinator?
I don't think it was Wasp. I think he left Scorponok.
He didn't leave Scorponok in charge because Scorponok was like, what the fuck? I'm second in command. He's like, and then Waspinator was like, well, fucking command. Like, what you got?
Well, then he's like, well, we need to go salvage Megatron.
Right.
That's what they did.
They end up going to go get Megatron.
Yeah.
Off the bottom of this fucking mountain.
And then Cheetor returns home to tell what he saw about the floating mountain. Everyone doesn't believe him.
Yeah, see, I didn't write any of this.
Optimus wants Dinobot to...
What'd you write?
To see where Predacons are. He wants Dinobot to go see where the Predacons are. Terrorsaur returns to the floating mountain for
Quit playing with
power.
my feet.
Shut up. I'm way over here. I'm not even touching you.
Hey, everybody. She playing with my feet under this table.
Oh, my God.
Go ahead. Continue, please.
If you would stop saying lies.
I'm not...
Tarantulas follows Terrorsaur because he's wondering why he was so strong.
Oh, yeah. Maybe he puts Tarantulas in charge. And then Tarantulas is just like, I'm out. Like,
yeah, he's like, y'all got it. I'm about to go.
Yeah, because I think he says something, and that causes Scorponok to be like, well, I'm in charge. How are you in charge if I'm second in command? And he's like, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm out. Like, I'll be back. Y'all do your own thing.
So Tarantula says, yes, show me where you're getting your secret from so I can show you who's really leader.
Right.
So he want to get a taste of that power too.
Once again, like I said, it's just like, what are you guys on this team for? If you guys are constantly trying to one up each other and like just destroy your whole dynamic. Like they have almost no team dynamic. Like
yeah, they should just be
there's
separate.
Megatron and Scorponok. Waspinator is just kind of he's just there.
He's just an idiot.
And then Terrorsaur is trying to do his own thing. Tarantulas is like, I gotta get the fuck off this planet. I gotta get out of here. Like you'll find that out later. Spoiler alert. Sorry, but he ends up being like, hey, I gotta get the fuck out of here. Like y'all keep playing this Beast Wars shit. I'm gonna take a little bit of this Energon. I'm out. You know what I'm saying? I'm going back to Cybertron.
The Maximals find the mountain on the computer and plan to head out to it. And Tarantulas climbs up the mountain, and Optimus and Rat Trap arrive at the mountain. Yeah, so once they arrive, Terrorsaur, he does another power up, but he can't fight. He can't fight in the mountain because he'll short circuit. Right. So he comes out after Optimus distracts him, and they both are flying around, shooting at each other like assholes. And Rat Trap is on the inside of the mountain. He's setting bombs the entire time. He's in there setting up bombs right where Terrorsaur gets his power up from. Yeah, and whoever's in charge of the Predacons, they have to say yes. Yes. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Fucking Terrorsaur being like, oh, now I'm the leader of the Predacons. Yes. So Optimus wants to create a diversion, and I already said that. Oh, I just said that he distracts Terrorsaur, and then they're flying around shooting at each other. Well, Terrorsaur is powered up, but it's not for long. Yeah, he didn't get the same jump that he did whenever he first initially jumped into the Energon deposits. Like, I guess maybe it's diminishing returns. Like it works really well for a little bit, and then but you can't use it immediately. Yeah, you can't. You need to wait a little bit. Well, I think that it's like I said with energy drinks, it's like melatonin with. Yeah, well, with the kids, if you stack up on it, it's like, all right, I just used it, now I have to recharge. I can't keep using my abilities beyond a certain point without having to recharge. That's kind of the biggest thing that goes on with that. So he ends up shorting out, goes to the mountain, tries to get another recharge, gets that recharge, but that recharge isn't as powerful as it was whenever he did it the first time.
it doesn't last as long.
Yeah. Optimus was running from him and then hid behind a rock, shot him twice, but then Terrorsaur shoots him 4 times. And it hurts Optimus so much that he has to transform back into beast mode. And Rat Trap gets attacked by tarantulas.
Yep.
Terrorsaur has to transform before he can finish off Optimus because he's so weak.
He ends up fighting Optimus up until the point where he disables Optimus, but he can't keep fighting because that last jolt that he had, it wasn't enough. It definitely was not enough, and he's kind of frying his circuits by, it's like, I guess it's like using meth. Like, you can't just, you know what I'm saying? You can't just stay high, you know what I'm saying? So, like, you have to, like, take a couple days off or whatever in order to, get back to where you
get
wanted.
That full effect.
Yeah, get that full effect again. But I guess a lot of, like, meth users and shit, they hit it once and then it's like, let me hit it again. Let me hit it again.
That wasn't as strong as last time.
Like, wait a minute.
Some more.
Let me hit it again. You know what I'm saying? So, that's kind of the issue with Energon. So, it gives you that jolt, but then you gotta have a come down period. You gotta chill out.
Tarantulas gets mud thrown in his eyes by Rat Trap and falls off the mountain. You remember?
Yeah, I didn't write any of that. All I did was Rat Trap sets bombs, then he's
Terrorsaur
attacked.
sees the bombs.
Rat Trap's bombs are set off and he blows up the mountain.
Oh, so you really didn't? Okay, so
Terrorsaur
sees the bombs, gets mad, and mountain starts exploding. And Optimus makes it back to Rat Trap just in time, but he can't fly because he's still his, what is he,
Gorilla?
Yeah, he's in gorilla form.
Yeah.
And so they just jump off the mountain.
Beast mode,
yeah. But before they hit the ground, he catches a branch so that they don't, just become splattered into pieces. Terrorsaur returns to home base and Megatron is back together. Well, look who's back.
Yeah, he does.
That's what Megatron said.
Does he say well? Does he say the cliched well?
Yeah.
Look who it is. Like,
yeah.
So, yeah.
That's how the episode ends.
Yeah, but Terrorsaur, nothing happens to him, so he's still good. But the fact is like, it's like, fuck. He tried to betray Megatron, and Megatron is back.
Again.
And it's just like, damn, I knew it. I knew it.
And all because of Scorponok.
Well, he's loyal. Like, you can't, and I guess he's shown his loyalty over and over again. So it's like,
he loved that man.
I'll keep you around. So that was episode 6, Power Surge.
7 and 8 to come soon.
7 and 8. Yeah, in theory, if this shit doesn't start getting deep, then we'll be good with 7 and 8.
It's
but
already deep.
Well, I mean, we're still doing 2 episodes at a time. It was kind of just an introduction to everything. At least, I don't know if it's going to be the next episode that I put out, but the next episode is definitely going to be about Gemini Man.
Boo!
Sneak peek.
Horrible.
It's not great. So, that has been TnT on TV, episode, 5 and 6?
Yep.
People on social media, I don't have a domain yet, so I'm not going to say it out loud, but we're going to work on that. And yeah, you got anything else to say, babe?
Stop picking your nose.
Stop. Alright, hey, I didn't really fucking do that. See, alright. She thinks she's so fucking funny. Bye, guys. You're not going to say bye? No. Alright, well, I guess it's just me now. Bye.